So weird. I've never had this happen before. And see all pages. Okay, whatever. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Nick Gervais, and I'm the Scentsy Superstar Director of the Scentastic family, and I'm super pumped to talk to you guys. And I was supposed to be live in United We Rise and see some movement and some hearts and some likes and some smiley faces, and now it's just me talking to myself. So that's okay. I want to talk about Scentsy's core values tonight, about simplicity, authenticity, and give more than you take. And when I was asked to come and talk here, I'll be honest, I kind of felt almost like not worthy, guys, of speaking, because my life has been kind of a roller coaster and I am just all over the place, and 2020 sent me out for a loop, and I just my brain's just been all over the place, and I'm usually the super duper positive girl. And when you're going through a dark season of your life, it's really hard to be super duper positive all the time. And I felt like I have let down people, and I just didn't really feel like worthy to motivate people. And I love sharing that because that's one of Scentsy's core values is authenticity. Just be real, be who you are, and you are going to attract the people that are supposed to be in your life. And in Scentsy, when you're starting a business, it's probably one of the hardest things you'll ever do in your life is start a business. If you want to grow as an individual, if you want to grow as a human, if you want to grow as your spirit, you start a business and you will be pulled in so many different directions. It is crazy what happens in our life. I'm going to just try one more thing here. So authenticity is one of our core values, and a lot of people, well, you all live in kind of the same place that I do. And in this world, a lot of people live in a fake world. This world, we have Facebook and we have all these things and we want it to be perfect. Like, it's kind of like you have your Facebook photo and then real life photo. You see those photos, like Facebook photos and real life photos? Well, it's kind of the same thing. And no, Nick, you are digressing here, but I just want to see if I can. Am I live? Everything's changed with Facebook, and I have no idea what's going on. So, no clue, guys. Oh, yay. 25 people are on. So, in the world, we live in this fake world. And I've always saw that we live in this fake world. And I just was really, really annoyed. So on Facebook, I decided to just be more real. And a while ago, I would just be more real, and I want to be the change I want to see in the world. So I started being really, really positive, and then I started really getting a lot of people watching my Facebook, and I started getting a really big following, which was really, really cool. And that following really helped me on my Scentsy journey, because if you're going to start a business, you're going to want to be part of a group of someone that you kind of want to be like, And when you are not true to yourself, if you're not true to yourself, people will feel a disconnect. Some people won't feel you, and some people won't want to know you, and people aren't going to want to be on the same wavelength as you. So it's really important to be who you are, because you're going to attract your tribe. You're going to attract the situations that are meant to be in your life. You're going to attract the challenges that are meant to be in your life. It's just so important to be authentic. And one of the things I've always been known is to be full-blown authentic. I'm too authentic. I say too much online sometimes, but it's I got no shame in my game, and I don't really worry about. That's not true. You do worry about what people think. You just don't stop it from being from you. It doesn't stop me from being me. And in life, there'll always be people who don't like you. But in business, you want people to be on your wavelength. You want people to join your journey. You want people to ask more questions and be like, what is going on? Why are you so happy? Why are you so passionate? What is it? What's going on? And you make those conversation. It's being authentic. Being authentic is probably one of the most important things in our life. And these core values aren't just necessarily sensy. These core values are what we should be doing in life. This is exactly how we should live our life, is being authentic. And there's a great TED Talk on authenticity by, you could just like Google TED Talk authenticity. And she studied authenticity, and she studied people who were successful, and she studied all these things. And what she noticed is that the people who were really successful were authentic and true to who they are. Doesn't mean life gets easier, guys. Life actually gets possibly harder, but you are so insanely rewarded. And if you are chatting on here, I can't even see anything because I don't know what's going on here. Oh, I can't hear you. Okay. Now I think you can hear me. So being authentic, your number one goal in life. And when you succeed at life, you will succeed in your business, because we're not just constantly going door to door finding Scentsy consultants. We're going to the post office and we talk to the post office lady, and then we give them some Scentsy, and we go to the bank and we talk to that lady, and we meet a new friend and we talk to that person. So you just want to be authentic, and that is really what is going to bring your business to the next level. Keep things simple. Simplicity is another core value of Scentsy. And I feel like our world is just so overly complicated that people are just looking and striving for simplicity. And when you're just real and authentic, you keep things simple. And our systems in Scentsy are just simple. Like we have a warmer, we have wax, we put wax in the warmer melts, and that's it. That's all. Bing, bang, bang, boom. Journey says, chicka, boom, chaka, boom. Boom, shaka, boom. You want to keep things simple. I find the truth is always simple. When you start being disconnected and when there's lies involved, that's when things are not simple. The truth is always simple. And I love how Scentsy that's one of their core values, is simplicity, and just give more than you take. Simplicity. And they want us to have easy systems. And most of us have really easy systems. And it's really like 3 things that we need to do. We need to recruit, we need to sell, and we need to coach. It's very simple. It's not easy. It's simple. It's not easy to get up every day and live life and do life, but we do it. It's simple. It's not easy. It could still be really hard, but we still do it. I'm so bummed out that I'm not on the page right now. I'm so bummed out. Because there'd be lots more movement. I would have people chatting with me right now. But no, Facebook decided to just send me for a loop. I'm so bummed out. Okay. Give more than you take. Do you believe in karma? I believe in karma. I believe that when you give more than you take, you get rewarded. You get rewarded in life. You get rewarded. And Scentsy and Orville and Heidi, the owners of Scentsy, believe in that too. They believe that when you give more than you take, you get back. There's a book I read called The Carpenter, and it's all about that. I had a really nice quote. I should bring back my quotes. And it says, if your goal is to help build other people's dreams, it will help build your dream automatically. That's what happens. So a lot of you guys know that I've gone through a separation earlier this year, and I've done a lot of therapy since probably started therapy in like November, every single week for an hour, because I'm like, I need simplicity in my life. I need to communicate. I need to get off all these emotions I'm feeling. I need to compartmentalize it. I need to just like love myself. And one of the things I learned is that when we shift ourselves, we shift our whole world. And, one of the things I was concerned about in my relationship, and I noticed that I shifted, therefore my partner mirrored that shift. And then when I start shifting back or shifting again, I notice my partner shifting. It's just crazy, guys, how when you really look deep inside of you and love who you are and like realize how worthy you are and how important you are, and you love you, your world will show up like that. But if you think that you are less than, that your business is not where it should be, and when you think about your business it's a sense of lack, then your world is going to show up like that too. It is crazy the magnet that happens. So another way to overcome this is to give more than you take. So if you're just grateful for where you are and you are grateful for everybody around you and you just give more to the community than you take. So you give more to Scentsy than you take. You give more to your customers than you take. You give more than to the people who've been coaching you, loving you than you take. You give more to your Facebook groups that you are like grabbing all the information. You give more, you will be rewarded. It always happens like this. You will constantly be rewarded. That's just what happens in life, okay? I truly believe that. I believe that we are a magnet. We vibrate on a specific energy. And when we are in a place, in a bubble of lack, in a bubble of hurt, in a bubble of guilt, in a bubble of blame, you are going to attract that exact same frequency. So if you're in a bubble of love, you're going to attract love. If you're in a bubble of like success, that you feel good, that you know you're successful, that you realize that you should be successful, that you realize that you deserve to be successful, and you're an active consultant, and most people aren't active. Like, do you know how many people have joined Scentsy? Over a million people have joined Scentsy and they quit. You're not a quitter. You are not a quitter. You will attract that success in your life. Okay? Give more than you take is so much more than what you realize. It kind of reminds me that there's a picture of Jesus. I know not everybody's a Jesus lover, but definitely know that if there and it comes, she's going to talk about Jesus, especially lately, because, well, anyway, so there's a picture of Jesus. He asks you for your little teddy bear. You're holding your little teddy bear, but he has this bigger teddy bear behind you. We're in this world of ego, in this ego world where it's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about what I look like, my house, how much money I have in my bank account, about my friends, about my circle. It's all about that. How many friends I have on Facebook, how many Instagram followers I have. That's what people like base your worth on. Generally speaking, that is the society that we are on, that we're in, right? And that's a bunch of BS. It's not true. And it's totally the opposite of how we should be living. And when you realize that that is a fake persona, that is not authentic, that has no great positive values, there's no positive frequency, you're not vibrating on a high frequency, you are vibrating on a really low frequency. So life might seem great, but deep down inside you are hurting. And how are you supposed to really attract success when you're hurting like that? You're not. You might get a bit of success, but eventually you're going to hit a wall and you're going to crash. You hear all these celebrities, you hear all these people who have all the money in the world. They are miserable. They are miserable. It's not about that. It's about you loving who you are, giving more than you take, and just keep things simple. That is how we should live our life. And when I was introduced to Scentsy and I realized that these were the 3 core values, I tried and I strived to live my life like this, to keep things simple. Like, oh my gosh, and you overcomplicate everything. Yeah, I'm human. I screw up all the time. I try. And you know what? That's the most important thing, is that we try. Because life's hard. We want to know what's going to happen in the future, but all we need to know right now is what's happening right now and take one step at a time. All I want you guys to realize is that you are so worthy. For some reason, our society keeps telling us that we're not worthy, that we are not great, that we are just these little people living this little human life. But it's like, actually, we are this massive spirit Do you see this? Oh my gosh. I don't even work out. I like, look at my arms. I'm like ripped. Sorry. Squirrel. I've been like kayaking and hiking and stuff and doing things. Life's great when you're kayaking and hiking. I love life on weekends. And like a hike, simple. It's just like going for a walk outside with nature. We overcomplicate things. And in your Scentsy business, you might look at your Scentsy business and see this big mountain and think, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to become a superstar director? That is so hard. How am I ever going to become a director? That is so hard. You can't look at the mountain. When I went for a hike and I saw the mountain that I was about to like climb, I was like, oh my gosh, the doubt rushed into me, made me realize, no, I can't do that. That's far. My brain started like doubting me. My body started doubting me. And my spirit's like, what are you doing, Nick? No. You look down and you go one step at a time. And that's what you got to do. You got to go one step at a time. You can't just worry about what everybody else thinks. You can't worry about what you're going to have to go through. If life would have told you all the things you'd have to go through in life to get to where you are today, oh my gosh, I would have not signed up to this life. But it's because there's something really beautiful behind. There's something beautiful as a plan that knows you can handle all of this. So yeah, that mountain looks scary, but we can't look at that mountain. We can't get to that mountain without taking one step at a time. And before we get one step at a time, we got to prepare. We got to plan. And we need to find the time to go and do it. And then it's going to take sweat and grit to get there. But once you get there, you are going to be so rewarded and you're going to be so grateful and so happy. But what happens if you're like me, you then look at the next mountain. You're like, oh man, that one's big too. And I don't really take time to really love or appreciate where I'm at right now or celebrate where I'm at. I'm just looking at the next mountain. And that's something that I would love to tell my little self is just like chill out. Love where you're at right now and celebrate where you're at right now. And Nick, can we talk about everything you've gone through in life? Can we talk about the real struggles you're going through right now? And man, Nick, your chin is up and you're still trying to make people smile and happy. Like, why do you think that you're not allowed to be miserable or negative? You know, sometimes we think that there's all these expectations of who we're supposed to be. We're putting them on ourselves. I want you to realize that you're stronger than you think, that the I is stronger. No, the I am more than the I can see the world strength rest inside of me. Everything that's created in the world is the same molecules that's inside your body. We are magical beings, and this world is a magical place. And a lot of it is up here, guys, and it's really mental. And if you strive to be positive, if you strive to just keep your head down and succeed, you are going to go so far in life. And if you are just determined, you're going to get there, because what's going to happen? You're going to fall, and then you're just going to get back up. So don't worry about the fall, because you're not falling right now. So just keep going, put your head down, look where you're going, prepare, keep it simple, be true to yourself. You're going to attract the most wonderful people in your life. It doesn't matter what you believe in. It doesn't matter what side of the freaking page or what library you're in. What's important is that you're true to yourself, because there are your kind out there. There are your tribe. There's people like looking and waiting for you to just shine your light. And then when you shine your light, you know, they're going to shine theirs, and you're going to allow other people to shine their light. So be that person you want to see in the world. Don't wait, and don't like put the people you love up on a pedestal. Just be that person. The only person we should put on a pedestal is the Almighty. I am so sorry that I'm not live in United We Rise, and I'm super bummed out, but I'm hoping that we can figure it out and then I could come live again soon. and do an actual video. But I wanted to let you guys know that authenticity, number one. And also being authentic is having people feel like they're a part of a community. Having people feeling like they belong. Because don't we all want to just belong? I know I do. I just always feel I just want to belong. And with Scentsy is the first place ever that I feel like I belong, like I found my home. I found my home with Scentsy. And I know that it's really weird because everything's online and eventually, hopefully, we start doing events again. But it's so important to go to events. Man, does it ever like get me riled up. But then you meet your tribe and you meet so many people and then you'll feel like, wow, we're all Facebook friends, but like we're all really good friends in real life. It's just so cool. So with your tribe, with your downline, with your Scentsy people, like connect with them. Keep it simple. Connect with them, love them for who they are, how they're showing up, and you will get that mirror effect to you. Don't worry what other people are thinking about you. Don't worry about what other people will say. Don't worry about any of those things. Things will fall how it's supposed to fall, and you are going to overcome any challenge. And if while you're on your adventure, there ends up being a rock, a hole, a swamp, you will figure out a way to get to the other side because you're not a quitter. You are amazing and you're not going to quit and you're going to figure out a way. And then your tribe might come and just help you get to the other side. And that's what I love about Scentsy. Scentsy is just incredible. Anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful Monday. I hope I was able to inspire you a little bit, motivate you, and just remind you to be authentic. And go look on TED Talk and Google TED Talk authenticity. It's by Brené Brown. Brené Brown. It's so good. Keep things simple. Don't overcomplicate your business because you want it to be duplicatable. You want people to duplicate exactly what you're doing. And give more than you take. Give more than you take. In your daily activity, you should try to make people smile. You should just try to make people smile and make people feel special. I love feeling special. It's probably my favorite thing is to feel special and to feel worthy. And when people make me feel special, I then feel worthy. Because I know that's like one of my core issues. Not feeling worthy. And it's just so silly, Nick. It's just so silly. And I know that I'm grateful for everything that I've gone through in life because it gives me compassion and understanding how other people can feel. And I was talking to Becca Levi the other day and I was like, how do you do it? Like, how are you not angry with the world? Like sometimes I get really, really angry about the world and what's going on. And she's like, sometimes seasons bring you somewhere because you need to be reminded how hard it can be so that you can then relate to other people again. And sometimes if you're just always happy, it's really hard for people to relate with you because they'll just think that you never go through things. And I'm like, oh, that's good. And God knows I'm going to talk about it. So then people will be like, oh man, I feel like that too, you know? So don't be so hard on yourself. And this is all a message that I'm telling myself at the same time. I'm like telling my inner child, and Nick, why are you so hard on yourself? Like, love yourself. Like, relax, chill. Like, you're a good person. Just because one person may say one thing about you or whatnot doesn't mean that that's who you are. People's opinion of you doesn't define you. Your Facebook doesn't define you. Your business success doesn't define you. It's who you are defines you. It's what you do when people aren't watching defines you. It's what God thinks of you defines you. You, under his eyes, are this beautiful, loving, amazing spirit that's just having a human experience to grow and evolve in this other beautiful human thing. And sometimes there's seasons where life is just really hard. And that's okay. That's okay. You're going to overcome it. Some of us are in a storm. And just know that you have been in a storm before. And you are learning more and more every day how to steer your ship. You're not going to drown. You never do drown. You're fine. Again, one step at a time. We got to keep things simple. And after every storm, there's always a rainbow. So the storm is bringing you to a rainbow. It's kind of been my theme lately. So welcome the storm. Welcome it. Be in it. You don't need to like it. You don't need to love it. Just be in it. Don't numb it. Just be in it and you will let it pass. Accept it. Accept the storm. Accept who you are. And that's really hard for me, man, because I'm like an alien. I don't even know. I have so many different, I've always been so different and always thought so many different things, look different, act different. And I would always wonder, why? Why am I like this? Why can't I just be like everybody else? You know what, Nick? You allow other people to shine their light. You allow people to be different. You allow people, so I'm just trying to figure it all out still. So I know a lot of people look up to me. And it's just don't even look up to me. I am just as human as you. And I have hard days and I have rough days and I have, hard times and bad times. And, and I'm just trying to figure it out. And a lot of us are just look up to people oh my gosh, you have it all figured out. They don't. They're pretending. Everyone's pretending. Nobody knows what's going on. Okay. I remember my old boss, bless his soul, because he had a heart attack a couple weeks ago and, or a month ago. And sorry. He said, running a business is like riding a whale. You pretend you know where it's going, but you don't. You just do. You just pretend. So fake it till you make it, guys. You got this. You're getting there. You're going to get to the top. And it's once you get to the top, to stay at the top and love the top and appreciate the top and do all the things that you did to get there. Sometimes when we get to a place that we've been wanting to go, we let everything else go. It's like when life is just so good and you're always happy and things are just so great, you forget to be grateful. And then when you get thrown down, that's when you take the time to be grateful. And that's when I take the time to journal. And that's when I start waking up at 5 a.m. again. That's when I start getting back in my routine. So I know how I'm just so stubborn and God just knows how I work. So. If I was in Toastmasters, someone would be counting how many times I say so to make me acknowledge, so I can acknowledge how many times I say so. And then you'll say less so's. So if there's something in your life that you want to change, acknowledge it, write about it, accept it, but acknowledge it. If you want to make more money, you need to then put yourself on a budget. If you acknowledge how much money you're spending on where you're spending, that's when you are going to be able to budget your money. We need to acknowledge things. We need to talk about things. It's really about communication and just acknowledge where you're at. It's kind of like when you are an addict, you have to acknowledge the fact that you're an addict. You have to be honest with yourself and be authentic and realize that, yeah, I am an alcoholic or whatnot. But that's the first step, is to acknowledge it. And in business, it's the same thing. You have to acknowledge where you are and accept where you are. And then you know where you are, you know where you stand, and you then know where to go from there. But a lot of us are just like, man, I'm just a star consultant. No. You're a star consultant. Let's look at where you've been, what you've done to get where you are, and what's your next step. And then you'll look at your compensation plan, and you can look at the exact same steps that you need to go to get to the next level and so forth. And you just keep it going over and over and over again. All right. Anyways, I am going to close up shop. I am going to try to figure out how to go on United We Rise and hopefully come back when they have another availability, because I was really looking forward to that. Hey, I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. And if you're watching the replay, I would love for you to comment replay on the video so I could see that some people are watching the replay. It is 10 p.m. here in my world, and I'm going to go to bed early because I want to wake up early and have a good routine, because I've not been having a good routine. I've been slacking. And yeah, I love you all so much. Okay. Bye. Take care. Brush your hair.